Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the S&P 500 for Thursday, July 21st, 2022. The markets continued to move higher, but again, sometimes with some solid intensity, but most of the day was choppy, undecisive, questionable, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm beginning here on the 4-hour chart, and I've opened it up. So basically all I have visible is the bottom of that minor third wave. So we're looking at the entire minor fourth wave, where it is and as it stands right now after our close. So I remain fairly satisfied with the A and the B portions of this corrective phase. So we remain in a C wave up, and that C wave will consist of 5 waves. And so we began counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, hoping that the third wave would come in as easy, has kind of followed along, but there have been a little bit of an interesting little portion right there, and followed by something like that and like that. And then today's not as strong of a rejection in the S&P as it is in the NASDAQ. So, but here in the S&P, we did get over 4,000 very briefly, but we did get over 4,000. We got up to 4,004, I believe is the high, was the high. 4,004, almost 4,005. And then slipped back down and ended up closing at 39.91. Now, we have to continue to allow for, again, another pullback, unless this was the whole thing, and it could have been. It could have been. This is very strange because I would expect it to be a little bit stronger and to be okay sitting above 4,000 for a day, overnight, I don't know, but it hasn't done it. Now it may turn around in Globex, and which opens in 50 minutes, and just bring it up and sit there and let it play around all night, go up. Maybe Europe decides to start to bring it down, but maybe they don't, whatever happens. But I would like to see the completion of actually a cleaner third wave. Now, if this did it, so we're in C wave, 1, 2, if this is 3 and we get a 4, again, we run a challenge where we could drop back down at least to 39.62, possibly as low as 35. Not really can go below 39.11 right now. Again, now we're just doing pure Elliott to finish up a C wave. We have an upside target at 4,073, 74, 75. So I feel it's all up in those areas. So what we need to look for is that completion. 1, 2, if this is 3, we got a 4, and then we still have a 5. This is very unclear for the S&P. So I would expect additional upside. We have 40.25 to 40.40. We have 40.50, and then we have 40.75. So there is plenty of resistance and fairly big number. We've not been above 40 for 4,000 for some time. So I would expect a little interpretation like, okay, maybe we go back down, and we should eventually, but depends on how high we get. So we need to unfold, finish the third, and I think we may have unfold in another 4, and then go up in a 5th wave to finish the C wave, and in turn 1 above, 1 degree up to finish that minor 4th wave. That should set the stage for the minor 5th wave to come over and begin. So again, there's our A of 4, B of 4, and we're in C of 4. I break it down now so where it becomes clear on the count so that it all makes sense. Because this is pretty clean. This again is clean. And so this, I'm hoping, is as clean. But as we start to approach an area that likely should turn the market lower. If it's a minor 4, if we're still going to go down, if we have to confront some things that are coming up, whatever. But again, I urge to, with that in mind, so yes, that can happen. Yes, that looks like it could be a reality, et cetera, et cetera. But tomorrow they may decide to take this to 4,025, 4,050, who knows? Or they may decide to drop it back below 3,900 and start heading into the 3,800 handle and taking it lower. These are the choices that the market actually has. This C wave has put in a new high above that A wave. And basically, in terms of Elliott, if that's all that truly is required, the count would be very difficult. But if that's where it happened and it went, I would pull this out and say, yep, ABC done, we're going down in that minor 5. Now, why people would ask why I'm going to change as an Elliott purist, because it's Elliott himself that in his writing said that when an analyst runs out of, okay, what's this, what's that, and what fits is for the whole upper move to be done, then that's the choice. And it may not fit perfectly within a guideline or even an impulse wave or what the corrective wave it's doing. So what does that mean going into tomorrow? On a 4-hour chart, we're kind of up there a little bit overbought. A pullback would be nice. It's kind of maybe even back to here, just sets us back down, gives us a launching pad to get that finishing move in, to complete that C wave, to get up in deeper into above 4,000 in 4,025. We have fib resistance at 4,073, or we're going to call it 4,070 to 4,075. We could even go up. There likely will be talk of 4,100. I mean, others have said 4,200. Again, if we think objectively versus subjectively, we'll be able to trade it, and it shouldn't have a problem. There will be points of control, extended points of control, naked points of control, all will come in, and that is more looking at from a market profile. And so when you're looking at the market profile, you're just actually looking at the supply and demand, the ebb and the flow. And that's, to a day trader, that's really what it's all about. Because in all honesty, as a day trader, you do not care if it goes up or down. You just are there to trade. And you're trading the price action. And if the price action is telling you, well, we're going up to the point of control. We've now gone back down. We've tested value area low. We held it. They liked it. We brought it back in to that value area. We're now heading up to point of control. If point of control moves up, well, you're starting to get an idea of what demand is going to look like. That's where demand is coming in from. Can the demand change from one side to the other? It certainly can. And we're getting into the area that's what you begin to look for. So, but right now we have both sides well represented on a market profile basis. And so you follow those areas. Again, purely technical, market profile, style trading. You don't care if it goes up or down, you have levels. So it becomes mechanical and it becomes technical. Okay, so that's what that would tell us. And we have room, folks. We have room to go to 4075. If it wants to go touch 4,100, I would not be surprised. So, but what that would be is we get through tomorrow's expiration. Yep, once again. And we have now, as far as the S&P is concerned, and it is a member of the S&P, Tesla decided to toss its hat into the ring about challenge us as to what level we should get to for our expiration when it was trading at 700 2 days ago. And now it's passing 800 today. And that is adjustments all the way up and down in indexes, in ETFs, and in the stocks itself. So be prepared. be prepared. We could move and we can move quickly. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm looking for the completion of this ABC and in turn the minor 4. I'm going to go up 1 to the daily and we'll be able to see a little bit more. There it is, still nice and clean, looks very good, holding above 382. My thought is it should get up closer, if not reach the 50%. And then we'll take a look, and that's, I'm looking for these completion points in here. We're counting up in the C wave. We have 1, we have 2, possibly 3 being done, which leaves us 4 and a 5. If not, we got a little bit more in 3, then a 4 and a 5. So these levels are in play. Downside from here, folks, no different. The story does not change. If the market is going to go down, it likely will come via a shock. Now, what is going to be a deep enough shock? It starts to have to break below 39 and then quickly below those high 38s. And I'm talking like getting down to 38.57, getting down to 38.30 and eventually breaking 3,800. And it would need to do that pretty convincingly. That's going to throw this pattern into completion. Whether it's here, here, or here, it will be complete and we'll be going down and it'll be the 5th wave. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. And our next update will be on Sunday, July the 24th.